So what does this one mean?
Well, this one's a constellation. It's poorly made on purpose. So if you direction it anywhere, it can take you where you want to go. And now it's going towards you.
God, you're so cheesy.
I love you.
I love you too.
Listen, I know I may be a lot sometimes, but
Joseph, you're fine. You're fine, remember. I know that you're always going to be there for me, and I'm always going to be there for you. You're my person, and I love you. You're my agape.
said that right.
Yeah, I did. I did say that right.
There was always an empty room waiting for us. In an apparent distance, the skies turned gray, and the sunlight left right after. We always lived in a time where love was just physique, where a man had to serve a certain standard in order to be loved or recognized. And I guess that was the problem always with me. I always thought, how can a man be loved if the looks didn't apply? Love became a riddle, hard to decipher. And then you came into my life. It was an August night. The first time I fell in love with you. The skies were bright. They were barely visible, and then the rain was almost pouring. The world was a chaos, and we lived 13 kilometers apart. Every night, we talked to each other. We spoke, and you watched me play games and move around like an idiot. You had serious relationships. I was heartbroken by the people I gave my heart to. In my head was always conflict that you always tried to understand. And every night you helped me. And every day you saved me. It was a beautiful thing being in love for once. Shit. Things became more colorful. Skies, the streets, all of it. And I remember the times where our love was just a secret to all, and we laughed and thought that our promises would last forever.
And it was new. And it was great. And it was whole. But why? But why did it have to end so quickly? Fuck. We went to the movies to escape our own realities for a while and to feel love. Our gut fortune allowed us to feel the sadness our parents didn't have time for and that I never saw in them. With me and around me, you felt alive. And I did too. And yeah. Sex, life, healing, nature, spirit. The Beatles, Gustavo Cerati, Soda Stereo, Kali Uchis. They made our lives a movie scene. And I gave you all that was in my hands, even the things that were out of my reach. Saw you cry. Saw you laugh. Saw you mad. And I saw you disappointed. But every time I saw you like it was the last time. And it was always love. And it was always good. And it was always whole. But Abel was ready to be wrong in the distance. And when you left, my body melted. And my head made twists and turns I could not control. And I was alone. The phone stopped ringing every night. And the only way I could see you was through my dreams. Spending days in bed, hoping there may be you one day. Hoping you would come back. And then the city became grim and gray. And the movies were always in black and white. Maybe one day I could have saved you. Maybe I could have loved again somewhere. Maybe our lessons were never meant to be taught. And maybe one day you'll find the love that could give you what I couldn't. And that would make you feel whole and great and happy. For me, I fled the city to follow a path that I was familiar with. Movies, art, theater, and maybe even disco. But my love ended with you. And I don't want to learn to love again. But in many ways, you taught me love, patience, and how to be strong. And I am proud of who you are, of who you were to me.
of who you'll eventually become. We might one day have our meant to be movie. But for now, all I have is this play.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
So you came all this way to learn to write scripts and you wrote a play about us?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I did, Alma. I went through all that trouble just for that.
Well, you left out a few things. Like how you caused all that trouble around everyone I knew and had to write letters to apologize.
Why are you here, Alma?
To see your play.
Why are you here?
I heard that some guy at the college rented out a whole theater to put a play on about a relationship that ended. And I was curious, but I didn't expect to see you on stage.
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint.
I'm not disappointed at all. Did you mean it, though?
Which part?
That your love died with me?
Well, you meant everything to me, Alma. Of course I did.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I know.
So, how have you been?
You know, I can't complain. Rehab was a bit of a bummer, but I'm fine. How about you?
I'm good. College has been a huge distraction, but I've also started seeing patients now.
Look at you. I'm glad. I mean, proud too.
You know, Joseph, I'm really sorry about how everything went down. I know that I hurt you. I just...
This, Alma, we both hurt each other. I mean, it didn't go so peachy, but at least it didn't go further down the hole. I mean, you had your ways to cope. You had your friends, your family, your career. Sure, I was alone, but at least I had this, my art.
But
It's just the way it is. If I ever love again, who knows? But for now, the only thing we can do is just be ourselves, whoever those people are. You know? Like you, a dentist, leaving your dent in the world, me, an artist, doing plays or any stupid idea I have in my head.
Joseph, why are you so cheesy, man?
I have a knack for it. If we ever see each other again, let's just not reminisce about the past. Let's, in a way, begin again.
rows and flows of angel hair, and ice cream castles in the air, and feather canyons everywhere. Looked at clouds that way, but now they only block the sun. They rain and they snow on everyone. So many things I would have done, but clouds got in my way. I've looked at clouds from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's cloud illusions I recall. I really don't know clouds. At all. Moons and Junes and Ferris wheels, the dizzy dancing way that you feel as every fairy tale comes real. I've looked at love that way, but now it's just another show. And you leave them laughing when you go. And if you can, don't let them know. Don't give yourself away. I've looked at love from both sides now, from give and take, and still somehow it's love's illusions that I recall. I really don't know love. I really don't know love at all.